Now that we've discussed what to do in potential situations, let's focus on the layout of the lots. There are 10 different lots surrounding the stadium that each have their own corresponding parking pass. If you are working with Mishpachah, familiarize yourself with these lots and passes. South lot,
Some passes will have a single large letter on them. S is for South Lot, N is for North Lot, E is for East Lot, D is for Diamond Lot, A is for ATP Media VIP Lot, C is for a Tournament Guest and Staff Lot, K is for the Police, Fire, Medical, Operations, Ecology, Security Lot, R is for the Drop-Off Lot, T is for an Undetermined Lot, V is for Vendor Volunteer Lot, X is for a Media and Staff Lot. These passes are valid for every session during the tournament. All other passes are only valid for the session number listed on the pass.
Diamond lot,
Lot A is reserved for ATP Media and VIP. Lot R is a drop-off area for vendors and tournament personnel. They'll have 30 minutes to drop off or pick up their products, band gear, or other equipment. It has not been determined who will park in Lot T. Vehicles with a ball crew pass must drop off and pick up crew members by this maintenance gate.
when you show up to work, you must check in at this tent. Familiarize yourself with North Lot, and East Lot, and their parking passes.
Lot C is reserved for tournament guests and staff. Lot K is reserved for police, fire, medical, Mercy Health, operations staff and interns, ecology, and security. Lot X is reserved for media personnel and staff.
When you show up to work, you must check in at this tent. Familiarize yourself with the public lot. This lot is for patrons with no pass. When you show up to work, you must check in at this tent.
If you are working with these groups, familiarize yourself with Lot U. Lot U is another public lot.
When you show up to work, you must check in at this tent.
If you are working with these groups, familiarize yourself with Lot V. Lot V is reserved for all vendors and volunteers and is located at what was formerly the beach water park.
When you show up to work, you must check in at this tent. Handicap lots are also important to discuss. Each lot has a corresponding handicap lot, so when a handicap car comes in, they must be parked in the handicap lot based on their tournament parking pass. For example, if a car comes in with a handicap sign and no parking pass, they must be directed to the handicap space in public parking. For those patrons using a wheelchair, they must be directed to the wheelchair lot in front of the main gate regardless of what pass they have.
This is the player pass. Vehicles with this pass do not need to be directed and should generally not be stopped. If you are working on the road, you may be responsible for handing out laminated passes. These passes are for vehicles without a physical parking pass who aren't going to public parking. The laminated passes help to reduce how frequently these vehicles are stopped by parking attendants. There are 4 different laminated passes. The first 2 are given to patrons who show you a digital parking pass for South Lot or East Lot. The third pass is given to vehicles who need temporary parking on the north side of the stadium. This 15-minute parking is near the main ticketing office and will call. The fourth pass is given to vehicles who need temporary parking on the south side of the stadium. This 15-minute parking is near the credentials office. Uber and Lyft vehicles must drop off and pick up in the rideshare lot. All parkers are required to maintain a uniform and professional image while working. A tournament parking vest and hat will be provided ahead of time or when you check in. Bring sunscreen and a rain poncho as you see fit. Parkers must not be distracted during their shifts, so a cell phone policy will be strictly enforced. Anyone 17 or younger will be required to turn in their phone when they check in. Anyone 18 or older may keep their phone, but are not permitted to use it while working. If for any reason you need to use your phone, you must be temporarily replaced and taken back to your check-in tent.
And that concludes your parking training. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to your lot supervisor. We are all here to help. Good luck!